G'day, my name's Richard Mason and I've been riding dirt bikes for a long time, and Thumpstar sort of approached me and asked me how my run went with their bike. Did they sort of sold, well, they did a good deal with me with before, and yeah, they asked to do a video at 75 hours, and we've got up to 75 hours on the bad boy and never really had much of a problem. 75.6 hours. Yeah. Sort of had pretty smooth sailing, so I had a couple of issues with it, like we had to change all the oil in the brake system, because after a race day, like trail riding was fine, but when you're racing you're actually punishing the bike, that sometimes go a bit squishy, so we drained the fluid and we just put some high temp brake fluid in, and that problem went away. And yeah, a couple of recommends I reckon is before you ride the bike is you drain the brake fluid out and you just put some high temp stuff in, so then you're never in the bush, you never got your issues. Other things you should do is in the carburetor, they've got a thin gasket down the bottom there. You buy a replacement steel gasket and it just stops leaking fuel at the bottom. That was the one little issue I had with it. So it took me a while to work that one out, but we got there in the end. I had to replace the Bendex in it at about 40 hours. It wasn't working every single time. Sometimes it just would miss. But what I do like about parts for this bike is they're real cheap to replace. So that's a real big plus. And once I replaced it once, I haven't had an issue for the rest of the time. A couple of little upgrades I've done on the bike is I went away from the tube system and I put tubeless in it, because I used to get a few flat tyres. And since I put them in, I haven't had an issue with my tyres for racing. And I put the heavy duty radiator guards in as well. Did an upgrade on that. Yeah, so that helps for racing. V-force, we put a V-force just to make the power just a bit more manageable. Well, like, not that it wasn't. Some other things I've done is I'll go to a 52 rear sprocket and a 12 front for my cross country, for my hard enduro races. So yeah, so for my hard enduros I put a 52 on the rear and 12 on the front, and that gives me a top speed of about 100 k's now, so that's perfect for the hard enduro events. It gives me a lower first gear, and whenever I come to doing cross country races I go to a 48 rear and a 13 front, and then you get a top speed of about 160k for the big long straights. The fuel tank is an excellent size. At a flat out cross country race you'll get just over an hour and a half on a tank, so that means in a 6-hour race you don't have to fill up as much, but you can ride it nice and slow for a whole day and not use that much fuel. The stand always pops back up, which is a real plus, and it's got this little hook here that just hooks on and holds it. Like it has had some real big crashes, and I'm happy to say the handlebars have never bent once. That's a real plus. Like on my other bikes I've snapped handlebars, I've bent them all, and when this bike was new I watched it tumble down a hill, got down to the bottom expecting everything to be broken and nothing, so that was real good plus about it. I love the stainless steel pipe on the front because it can handle a decent hit, nice and thick, and I've dropped it more times than I'd like to admit, but yeah, have never had to replace the expansion chamber, so I don't have to do as much spanner checking as what I thought I did. Like I've Loctited everything in and everything's holding up really good. Every now and again I do a full breakdown of the bike, pull it to pieces and put it together. About every 50 hours I do it. The bike's handled perfect, and it's a really good machine. How I got onto Thumpstar is the best selling point is probably the price of the bike for what you get for your money. Like, it feels so nimble, it is really good to ride, it hasn't let me down, and the price of it is just out the gate. Like, value for money is just so good. Yeah, I can't recommend that enough. People I talk to, I offer them they can ride my bike, and I haven't had many complaints. If any complaints I have had are people that are just like, oh, I'm not going to ride that. It's a KT, it's a Chinese bike. But yeah, it's never let me down, and I'm going to buy another one. And that's going to be the next monster that we're going to be trying, the new Thumpstar 500cc two-stroke. So we'll start getting you some information on that soon. Yeah, super happy with the power performance. Like, this thing really does go like a cut cat when you want it to go. You get up in the revs, she pulls, or you can go nice and slow in first gear and just walk up and bang. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.